Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have quite the month of January 2025 ahead for you. Good news ahead. We're moving away from the nodal axis, moving through the signs of Aries and Libra, and shifting gears into a place in the sky for you that can be highly beneficial and extremely positive, putting you in touch with a deeper sense of spiritual faith and hope, purpose, deep optimism, and possibly the chance for many of you to begin the consideration of what it is you wish to do when it comes to your life purpose. Now, this month of January also has a huge energy shift regarding the parts of your sky that have to do with your decision making and action taking plans. And you're really going to be going back to ponder some things that you've been thinking about for a while, especially when it comes to your monetary situation in life and actions and decisions you want to begin to really focus on during the month of January. So we're going to break down the month in great detail, of course, a little day by day, week by week, week by week, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, let me introduce myself for the newbies and welcome back to my regulars. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac. We're using the fixed stars, minor asteroids, but also the whole sign house system. You want to listen for your sun sign if you're talking about your career and purpose. Your moon is about your home body and your feelings about stuff, including your emotional mind complex, like your mind body complex. Whereas the avatar in the game of light, in the simulation of reality, is your ascendant. It's the role you're playing. It's the character you're here to become and be and enact. You can listen for your sun, moon, and rising, see which one is most accurate for you. And if you're new to my channel and you want to use astrology as a timing tool, as a tool to navigate your life, to time your best life, that's what it's for, in my view. It is also something you can use in 2025 to time the entire year. And that's my 2-hour videos, one for each sign. You can buy the All Signs bundle as well. Each of those 2-hour videos has a PDF guidebook written by me for each separate sign, a different guidebook. Each of these videos also has a downloadable audio or video format, as well as a link to simply watch it as an unlisted video on my YouTube channel. Each year I do this as a fundraiser every fall into the early new year. This is how I buy my ring lights, get a new laptop, which I desperately need to record on, hire staff to timestamp these videos for you, and editors to help me edit them when necessary. So if you want to help the channel grow and support me and also get some really affordable deep dive navigational tool for next year, it's in the description box below. Ho ho, Santa Claus sale is happening now. And if you want to grab it at this really low price, go for it. All right, it's down below. Never as low as the pre-sale price, FYI, but it's still pretty affordable. All right, so Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising people, let's talk about your sky. I'm going to, as requested by most of you, who please ask me to go back to the format of trying to show you the sky. Ooh, here we go. I'm recording this on December 24th. Patreon community gets it early access ad free. You guys get this sometime closer to January 1st. Now, as we begin the year, Cancer, this is your sign over here. You have to know that the nodes of fate are the most important story, a shift of the destiny wave. North Node now is moving out of your 10th house, where it's been exacerbating the chironic wound of purpose since summer of 2023. As you keep leaning into, are you my purpose? Are you my purpose? Are you my purpose? And you want to know that your career and purpose are one, and that's been a thing you've been working on, right? A lot of expansion, a lot of more increase of success for a lot of Cancers in their career. Maybe more worldly success has shown up financially or otherwise for you since 2023. It's closing out now as we see the node of fate begin to get ready to cross this boundary on January 11th and move into your 9th house. The good news is this expands your faith, your hope, your spirituality, your spiritual belief. It opens up doors that are positive and destined around university, colleges, education, book publishing, foreign travel, foreign lands, visas and passports, and third marriages. All of these things become alive with the North Node of fate in a way that you haven't seen since the end of 2006, all of 2007, into the summer of 2008. Summer, fall of 2008, this energy has returned for you. It's a very powerful year. I can't wait to do deeper dives into it, but this is a spectacularly positive development because Lord Jupiter in June enters your sign and you are on steroids, blessed, but we'll keep that for another video. Let's talk instead about what to pay attention to besides the nodal shift. One thing to note is that Mercury, I always start with talking about where the planets are, then we'll break down the chronological bit by bit of the month ahead. Mercury is on January the 8th, entering into the sign of Capricorn after having been two or more months in Sagittarius. A lot of focus on your health, pets, issues with their health of pets, focus on rental situations, work and working hard, a lot of energy going into the workhouse as well for the last couple of months. But now, as we move into January, Mercury moves into the house of marriage. So a lot of conversations with significant marriage type partners, business partners, but maybe also reaching out with messages to your audience and marketplace. Mercury is a deal maker in a house of legal agreements. Contracts can be signed here and done with effectiveness and positivity. He's not only direct, but he's very resourceful in Capricorn. So financial contracts that you wish to sign of any kind that require legal paperwork are quite blessed, especially since he flows to Saturn in the house of courts. Legal settlements and courts go very well. He'll be here January the 8th through the 27th. Venus, the lesser benefic, will flow from January the 3rd to February the 3rd in the sign of her exaltation, your ninth house. It's beautiful energy for traveling to a foreign shore or foreign land, enrolling in a school, applying for a book publishing deal. It's beautiful energy for feeling a sense of grace and goodness in your life, connected to your spiritual path in life, January 3rd to February 9th, or a profound up level in your connection to a sibling too older than you. Either way, Venus in her exaltation isn't just here January 3rd to February 3rd, but returns again March the 27th to May 1st. Because of retrogradation, she's going to be back. So keep that in mind. What you can use this for, it's a luck house with a luck goddess. So you are very, very lucky. It could represent news that you will be a grandparent or that grandchildren are going to experience blessings as well. On January the 6th, Mars will move in his retrogradation into the sign of Cancer. Now, he's been in your money spendings and earnings second house, also teeth, also foods you eat, eliminating, cutting away. Leo second house. He's been there ever since November the 4th, and he leaves on January the 6th because of retrogradation that started on December the 6th. It's like you wanted to go ahead and make money, make decisions about money, spend some money, get your teeth fixed. I don't know, get your facial rejuvenation, get your surgery, get your dermabrasion, get your dietary habits all fixed up. And you started to go in that direction on November 4th to January 6th, and then you had to turn around and go backwards. And now you're going back into the house of you. Now, what does it mean to have Mars in your house? Because it's not just this month, right? He is here all of January, basically, January 6th, and he's still in your house till April 18th. So your sun, your moon, or your rising receives a lot of Martian energy. He goes back as far as 17 Cancer to turn around. 17 Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. It's an important February 23rd as Mars stations on close to the degree of your sun, moon, or rising. But all you Cancers are feeling like you have to make new plans, decisions, and take actions in accordance with what Mars is asking you to do. Because he's the god of endings, he has scissors in his hand. What do you need to cut away from your life, in your career, in your home life, in your relationship life, regarding your children even, that you no longer think is viable and necessary? This long stay of Mars here happened in 77 and 1978. So it's rare. In the way he did this time with the Leo retrograde, Mars is not new. You felt him here all through September 4th to November 4th. You felt him here the way he backtracks mostly when it comes to October. So a lot of what happens is between January 6th and April 18th, you're really going back to really redo stuff regarding decisions around career, home, work, children, relationship, everything in your life, and actions you wish to take. And you're maybe going back on it and changing your mind, or you're going to do it differently, or you're reconsidering what you were going to do in order to make effective actions and decisions possible and to go forward with passion, drive, ambition, and willpower. And so you've got till April 18th to figure it all out. And it will tie into how you wish to make money as well. And that's what some of those choices are truly about. Jupiter continues to travel, of course, until June 9th through your 12th house. And so just more Jupiter, but retrograde in January, goes direct February 4th. So Jupiter's still backpedaling through your 12th house of solitude, aloneness, spiritual liberation, considerations of money and prosperity generated from far off shores and distant places. And that Jupiter continues to ponder that theme throughout the month of January. Is deepening your bounty in this part of your sky. Saturn is still in your 9th house, where he landed on March of 2023. He doesn't exit fully until February of 2026. It's always a time for 9 out of 10 people with Saturn here will find the biggest question they have in life is, what's my purpose? Second of all, do I need to go back to school or to school for the first time? Is it time to learn? Or what do I need to learn that's important to my purpose? Or Saturn here can bring some difficulties and hardship regarding courts and legal matters, or possibly perseverance and discipline when it comes to publications and publishing. So those are things that are continually happening and continue to happen throughout the rest of January. Let's now break it down into the chronological order of the month, including the full moon in Cancer and the new moon in Aquarius and all the other itty bitsy bits in between. Let's start off with January 1st to the 4th. We have an opposition between Pluto and Mars, and it is going to repeat itself April 27th. It's blowout time on financial matters with money you share with others. It could be an argument with your accountant, with your spouse, with your business partner. It could be having to go to battle for some money that is owed to you or that you deserve or that you think is yours. You might have a conflict with a debtor, a credit card company, a mortgage, or a bank. You have a Martian imperative to fight for something that you wish to possess or that belongs to you. And so keep that in mind. It's tense the first 4 days of January. And resources you share with your marriage partner may be in a conflict mode if you have a marriage partner. Okay, all right. Now, some of you may make an executive decision to quit a job. North Node will still be up at the top of the sky, and it's a destined, I quit, I'm changing my job, severance package money, please, something like that as well. Now, on January 4th to the 6th, the Capricorn Sun trine Saturn. The Sun is in the house of marriage. Saturn is in the 9th house. Positive legal developments as well around courts, legal matters, settlements. Positive developments regarding book publishing deals and contracts. Positive developments between your spouse or significant business and love partner and legal matters. And also maybe good developments regarding contracts or agreements you might want to sign about getting accepted at a college campus or university. On January 10th to the 14th, Mars will trine Neptune. This is spiritual warrior energy. This is action for a higher noble cause. Neptune is here, and Mars will have ingressed or moved into your first house. Let's put him there so we can see Mars 29 getting ready to trine Neptune. You feel this energy on the 10th to the 14th. You want to make decisions and take actions that are based on things that were happening in your life in late October so that you can move towards a noble, higher vision of what you want in your life, particularly connected to the word purpose. Mars is also, of course, the ruler of your house of entrepreneurial business and children, and matters to do with decisions that are noble and true regarding children, grandchildren, and business and entrepreneurial endeavors become very active for you. Again, in the 10th of January to the 14th. And at the same time, we'll see the Sun trining wealth star Algol on shocking and surprising Uranus. Did not want to move a week ahead, but just a couple of days. The Sun at 20 degrees, right? Algol on shock and awe Uranus at 23 degrees. We can see it building up. And as we get to the 12th, it's pretty tight. 12th and 13th of the month of January. This energy could be a surprise windfall of some kind coming from a friend, ally, benefactor, or career gain, or a sibling one older than you. And or it could be something very positive happening for a significant other in your life, and they're coming into a very surprising, positive, and lucky break that may be also about money or about position in work. In the same window of time, we have a moon that is full in the sign of Cancer. This full moon, which will be over here closer to Mars at the time of the lunation, is telling us that you are going to have a fullness of some or some completion around a decision-making process that you may have begun to seed back in late June, early July, when the new moon was happening. And so now you're coming to a fulfillment of seeds of actions and decisions you want to complete. Completion is you're going to figure out in the 2 weeks that follow the full moon which direction you want to go. It may involve questions to do with school, work, partnership, career path, career gains. And you're making that decision not just on the full moon, very unlikely actually, but it's about what you want to snip, end, and sever and complete in your life. Because it's time to end it, it's time to complete and finish it. And you might find the 2 weeks that follows the moon on the 13th, or up to the 6 months that follows, you're really getting a lay of the land. I would suggest that probably once Mars goes direct on February 23rd, even if you've made a decision, you will begin to enact the decision fully after the direct motion turnaround of Mars. And that full moon can unfold, of course, for 6 whole months until the summer, midsummer, until June, July. January the 14th to the 16th, we have Venus squaring Jupiter. So 2 benefics in a square is good. Jupiter's in detriment. A square can be difficult, but it's still good. So Venus is moving through your 9th house, and she's going to have a square to Saturn, and she's going to ask what the heck we need to do in order to bring something lucky, prosperous, and good to your life that connects to your 9th house of Lakshmi luck. Universities, colleges, visas, passports, foreign land travel, book publishing deals, faith, hope, connecting to a spiritual path of wisdom, truth, and enlightenment. Who knows? All of these 9th house things are active for you. And there's a lucky opening, a break of some kind. Jupiter can represent money from far off foreign shores and lands, or things connected to desire to learn spiritual truth and wisdom in the 12th, and a turning point opening up for you on January 14th. If you have a book out there, maybe an international company wants to print it in their language to expand it. Those are the kinds of things Jupiter can do in the 12th vis-a-vis the 9th house Venus. Podcasting and publishing is successful for you on January 14th to the 16th. What about the sun opposite Mars? Ooh, just like Pluto earlier, everyone wants to get in a tangle with Mars. Well, basically the sun is some solar figure, a boss. Well, it's in the house of your business partners, your audience marketplace, or your significant love relationship. And there's a clash of wills. You are arguing, you are clashing with another person's agenda. So look for that argument, that clash. Watch out for brutal, ruthless clashing. Watch that you put your sword in your sheath, because you're the one holding the Martian water pistol. All right. So don't point it too hard at someone else in your life. That may be replicating the tension of January 3rd, and it might be a similar vibration again on January 14th to the 16th. On January 18th to the 20th, Venus and Saturn become one. This is in the 9th house of God. Venus is exalted, and she's like a flying nun here. What is it that you want to do to make sure that you have a deep, solid sense of purpose and faith and trust in the divine that's everlasting and enduring? Were you trying to get that everlasting, enduring faith going 1993, 4, and 5 when Venus was moving through here, connecting to Saturn back in the day? Were you doing it then? You're doing it again. An exalted, lasting third marriage, an exalted, lasting book publication contract, an enduring, lasting financial gain from some publishing source, or from a sibling too older. Being accepted at an established university, getting a publishing deal with an established publisher. These are the vibrational frequencies of January 18th, 19th, and 20th. With the Mercury sextile at the same time, see Mercury sextile, this also can indicate possibly a legal contract to do with podcasting, publishing, universities, colleges, campuses, third marriages, and visas and passports, blessedly forming for you in the sky around this January 18th to the 20th. There we go. Now you see it much more clearly. On January the 21st to the 22nd, Mars will sextile Uranus. Mars is action and decisions that you're trying to make based on things you were doing in October. Now you're going to have to look squarely or whatever, and flowingly to Algol, the wealth star, but also catalytic surprises from a house of the sibling one older, allies, friends, and benefactors, and gains directly from your career. Algol, shock and awe, surprise, Uranus, sextile flow to you making decisions. You're making decisions that are maybe surprising other people, maybe surprising your friends, maybe surprising your sibling one older, but it ultimately looks like also a wealth glow up. The Sun and Pluto are co-joined for a couple of days up here. You can see that here. It's going to be kind of like the 20th, 21st, and 23rd. 20th to the 23rd. This can be a very powerful energy to do with that money that you don't earn directly. You share it with your spouse, the tax rebates, the chunky money, one-off checks, sign-on bonuses, severance packages, some kind of intensity around that kind of funding is showing up in the sky. You could secure a chunk of unexpected money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. And the seed's planted for that chunk of money to come to you. And while the seed is planted with Pluto, on January 20th to 23rd, it could even play out over the month that follows while the Sun is still in your 8th house, where that chunk of money comes through. Mercury is opposite Mars. Have you noticed everybody's opposite Mars, right? So what can you do? So this time it's Mercury moving into the last degrees or so of your 7th house. Okay, this is like the Sun opposition that we talked about earlier. Like January 14th to the 16th, yet again, watch out January 21st to the 22nd for a major argument, blowout, severing or ending with a business partnership, a client, or your significant other. There are big heated discussions going on. They could be passionate, intense, or heated. I don't know. They may involve career matters with Chiron in the 10th house as well, making a loosey-goosey T-square. So big negotiations, big intensity, great passion. I'd say deal making, negotiating, legal contracting are some of the themes in the sky at this time. So you're going to feel this tension closer to the 22nd, 23rd. Right there, the 23rd, 24th is more where it really kicks into gear. Venus is besieged between Saturn on the 18th of January or wedged between Saturn on the 18th of January and the North Node. So between January 18th and February 1st, good things are happening in that 9th house. And I've delineated the meanings. I'm not going to say it again, but good, but not great, or stuck or stalled or getting better after February 1st. And I bring it up because you see Mercury's been flowing to Venus as he's opposite Mars. And so major combative discussions with judges, courts, and legal contracts and deals and lawsuits are big stories that could happen for some of you. And you will find that things might smooth out after February 1st when Venus gets out from underneath the enclosure between two difficult placements, the Rahu and Saturn enclosure. Be patient, in other words. Things may work out with that legal contract, with that court case, with that visa, with that book publishing deal, with that higher educational application process or course study or essay that's due or whatever, something going on in your higher education. January 25 to January 27. What happens is Venus is going to trine Mars. The cosmic lovers are in a nice waltz together. They like flowing in a trine because it brings luck and it brings opportunity. And there's Venus flowing to Mars around the 26th. Well, Venus and Mars are tangoing. They create a mini grace triangle pointing at Algol. Unexpected, shocking, surprising career gains connected to foreign lands, visas, travels, unexpected gains and windfalls connected to legal settlements with judges and courts, powerful, prosperous, exciting energy coming off a sibling, one elder than you, or ally, benefactor, or someone who wishes to help you. And Mars is you making the action, decisions, plans, and taking the action needed to capture this beautiful triangle and use it. Unexpected, surprising opportunity to travel abroad with a sibling, one older, unexpected, surprising opportunity opportunity to get a new career gain opportunity from a foreign place. Who knows? It's positive. You like it. It feels good. You're going to go into a place of accepting this by making the decision and taking the action, Mars, to receive this gift triangle that is extremely positive. It's a blessing on your sky. And Venus is in a Lakshmi luck house, flowing to Elgol, wealth star Uranus in the house of career gains and windfalls. And so there may be some windfall coming your way January the 26th, add a few days before and after. On January 28th to January 31st, Sun and Jupiter trine each other. Jupiter retrograde in Gemini is your 12th house. That's digital income, borderless revenue, international revenue sources, prosperity from far off foreign shores and lands. It's also spirituality, desire to learn, guru, and spiritual deepening. And as Jupiter is traveling here for you, Cancers, and bounty, prosperity, and joy and enjoyment of lone and solitudinous time. Jupiter has all of that going for him. And then he ends up talking to Mars. Did I say Mars? Jupiter. To the sun. The sun in the house of chunky money. Remember I told you it could take a while as the sun travels for the bounty to come to you. There's a prosperity bounty coming here around the 28th to the 31st of the month. Let's see where it comes from and what it might be. All right. And then there is a new moon and there is also a Venus-Neptune. Let's just jump to Venus-Neptune and then do the new moon. Venus-Neptune are soulmate love, dreamy love, fantastical love, high creativity, beauty, talking to archangels and having them look like they're all wearing, Chanel outfits or something. And this exaltation energy comes through on the 31st of January. And with the North Node there, it can amplify that and volume it up a big deal. So exalted, beautiful, high energy regarding writing, publishing, podcasting, communicating with angels in heaven, connecting to visas, passports, far off distant travel, especially in Pisces. Are you off on a beach somewhere and it's beautiful, destined and exalted? Single Cancers can meet a love of a lifetime, a soulmate, and a far off foreign shore and a watery environment where the angels are singing around the last few days of January into the early part of February. Now the moon, it's around 9, almost 10 degrees of Aquarius. This is a new beginning. It's a reset button. It lasts for six whole months. But in the first 2 weeks after the 29th of January's moon in the sign of the new moon in the sign of Aquarius. I hope I said Aquarius earlier. This new moon is with Mercury, communications, ideas, news, announcements, emails, phone calls, and texts. This is with Pluto, power and wealth. This is a really nice little reset button here. Look for emails, phone calls, and text messages in the 2 weeks that follow the new moon. The information is coming to you. Ideas are coming to you. You might want to learn to talk to dead people. New beginnings, occult mysteries can be learned under this influence. But it's also royalty income. It's also new beginnings in advertising income, tax structures. And Mercury is about the abacus, the accounting, the details. So there's a really reaccounting for your retirement money, your investment monies, your shared resources with your spouse, your inheritances, your spousal support and negotiation and division of assets. All of that is having a reset button. But with that co-presence and proximity to Pluto and Mercury, commercial success, wealth, new ideas that go deeper than the surface, a new understanding of the nature of reality, a new understanding of the occult mystery and arts. Who knows? But there's a broad flow from Jupiter, giving it benevolence and flow, and trine energy, meaning luck and opportunity in far off foreign distant shores to enhance your financial resources that are not money that you earn directly, that you share with another, the book publishing deal. the ad revenue on YouTube, the money from your spouse and his glow up or her glow up, business revenue from a business partnership. These energies are increasing because we see Jupiter expanding in that blue trine, which is a lovely energy. Don't be afraid to procure money from distant foreign lands on online revenue, borderless income, and digital revenue. Jupiter is in your 12th house. That's what I've got for you. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This video is being recorded early access ad-free for Patreon on December 24th, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. This video is don't forget to check my description box, Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, and Substack, the Pluto Chronicles, my Patreon community. All these are ways to be in touch with me outside of this platform. Want a reading with me? A miracle does happen now and then, but you'll never know about it unless you're on my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter or on my Patreon community, where I announce to these people before the public that spots are now open on my calendar. Otherwise, there's no way you'll get a chance to see me. It's really still almost who rushes in first from getting an email from me. I will be putting on my YouTube channel referred astrologers that I think are really good, that I think are capable and good at what they do, and that could serve you instead of me. And I'm not getting an affiliate fee. I'm just wanting to suggest to other people because I can't be here to meet the needs of you guys. There's just too many of you and only one of me. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, liking and subscribing helps me grow. If you don't mind pushing that button with your finger, press the like button. Subscribing is excellent. And I had a bot scrub in December. A lot of people are unsubscribed. Go check to see if you're still subscribed. The algorithm thinks you're a bot or a fake account or a dormant account, but I have so many people tell me that they were unsubscribed. I get the scrubs every December, June, and December. Massive dump of thousands of subscribers out of my bottom of my channel every June, every December. It's very disheartening as a creator when they do this and they tell you that they're getting rid of bots, and then you guys tell me that you were dumped. So please don't forget to see if you're still subscribed. Thanks, Cancers. Don't forget. Have a great January.